So let's look at how this works when we're actually editing something. There are 3 paragraphs here. This comes from a document that I was asked to edit, I hate to say how long ago, in 1985. And it actually deals with the electromagnetic pulse EMP dipole facilities. It doesn't appear until down here in the 3rd paragraph in this first draft, which is now a National Historic Landmark. You see it in the middle of the runway as you take off going to the east at the Albuquerque Sunport. It was important for studying electromagnetic pulse, which is the pulse that goes out when a hydrogen weapon is detonated. In the early 80s, there was quite a lot of research being done on this during the Reagan presidency. That's the background, but you really don't need to notice that. What you might notice when you read this paragraph, and I want you to read it, is that what we've got up here is 3 different versions of a topic sentence, 3 different versions of a thesis statement, 3 different versions of that paragraph that this poor engineer was thinking of himself in junior high and going up to his teacher asking it to be approved. In other words, he wrote, and this is all he wrote, was these 3 paragraphs, 3 different versions of a first paragraph. Well, you say, well, how come you were only editing a paragraph? The fact was, I was hired to edit what was supposed to be nearly a 100-page report. When I met with the gentleman, this is what he had: 3 paragraphs, long ways from 100 pages. I informed him that I could not edit blank pages, and then I helped him by suggesting we do a situation, problem, solution, evaluation analysis. We pulled out all the sentences that related to problems, and not too surprisingly, most of them are in here, in this area, because we've got the word problem right here. We pulled out sentences about situation, and many of them are in here, but there's quite a bit more of them down here in this 3rd paragraph. We put the situation sentences first, the problem sentences second, and then there's several solutions on there, and these are the solutions in this area. We pulled those sentences out, and we came up with the paragraph that follows. And I hope I can get all of this in the screen. Now, for our purposes, I'm going to analyze it first in terms of context, content, conclusion. This is context, and I don't want to have to spell it out, so I'm going to say context. This is content down in here, and this is the conclusion, which tells me the significance of it. And this, therefore, you might want to make an argument that the significance starts because therefore is a forecaster telling you that a conclusion follows. But this is the real stuff here where it says the test, this is where the actions occur. Tests must be tailored. If you look at this paragraph and analyze it, you'll see that it presents the context, it offers the content, which turns out to be a problem, and then it suggests how we might go about addressing that problem. Because it's an introductory paragraph, this stuff down here really doesn't fit into any of our analyses because it just says here's what we're going to do below. This is what I provided for this engineer. I took his 3 paragraphs and turned them into 1. But it actually worked for him. The next time I saw him, a week later, he had 30 pages. And when I saw him a week after that, he had 80 pages. And those 80 pages became the report. Let's move down and look at the same paragraph understood as situation, problem, solution. And there's really no great evaluation here. You might be able to make a case that when we say this is especially important, that we're evaluating something here, that maybe this is the evaluation. And that's probably a good way to go. And again, we have this information here, which is just the what's next part that you get in an introductory paragraph. Let's move on now. Here we find that the topic is processing and analyzing EMP pulse data obtained from a recent test program. So you've got several words here: processing, analyzing, data, test program. All of these things are part of the topic. So when we get processing EMP data down here, this is a part of the topic string. And here comes the new information, how we do it, the content. This is the theme, telling us what are the elements of this data processing. So the topic string is up here, and any of these words might cue the reader that we're staying on topic. The key is that they remain as topic statements, larger statements, and therefore looking carefully, interacting with the data. These are the themes of how we have to go about the analyzing and processing. So you see the themes developing here, and then this is the point sentence. This is what it is all leading to, the fact that we must tailor these tests, and it is especially important. So this is a fairly typical topic theme paragraph. We state the topic up at the top. We develop the theme as those key points, the content that's there as part of these thematic elements, the data and what we're going to do with it in this test program. And then the point is that these tests must be tailored. Topic, theme, and point. And this is the analysis that I think you'll find most useful. It really gets you into a paragraph and how the sentences relate to each other.